For this video I'm going to talk about my selection process for a winning selection at Fairyhouse on the 3rd of November, Matty's Mountain. Now if you've seen some of the videos I have on YouTube, you'll have watched a video I did about prep runs. Now, selection process for Matty's Mountain was based on two factors. The prep run, which was on the 26th of September over 2 mile 4. Now this is a distance that the horse has run up before, and you know was beaten quite a long way of 25 lengths. Now the interesting point was that this horse had run at that distance, but its next run it was dropped down to 2 miles. Now this had the look of a prep run for me. It was basically mid-division, and if you actually watched the race, it was never really in with a winning chance, but it wasn't exactly hard ridden either. So this dropped back in distance to 2 mile seemed to me an ideal situation for the horse to perform to its optimum, and indeed it did. It won pretty well. Now this is an angle, as I say, I've talked about before, my prep run video on YouTube. If you've not watched it, you can always find it on there. Now this is a very good angle into finding winners. Horses having the run after a long break, and then running in a race a few weeks later over a different distance, because trainers obviously want to get the horse fit, so they'll run it over a trip or on the flat if it's a jumper, just to get the horse fit without being too overly hard on the horse. And the second point is the jockey booking. Now over in Ireland there are a great depth of good claiming jockeys, and over jumps they can be worth quite a lot of extra distance to trainers over these 2 mile trips, because obviously if the horse is carrying less weight than it should do over 2 miles 4, whatever, it's going to make a difference at the end of that sort of race. And in Ireland, I think these claiming jockeys that are claiming 10, 7, 5 pounds, are definitely worth looking at. When they've got a ride in a long distance contest. Even on the flat, there are some really good young claimers. I've talked about Dylan Brown McMonigle before. Who's definitely a young lad that's worth following on the flat too. But generally, when it comes to Irish racing over jumps, it's best to look out for these claimers, 7, 10 pounds, 5 pounds. And if they're riding a horse towards the front of the market, they're definitely worth a second look, especially when you have other factors in play like prep run. So to surmise the selection process for Matty's Mountain, it had a prep run from a break back in September. It last ran before that in March, and it was dropping to a different distance from that initial effort, and we had a good value claimer on the horse. So those two important factors to the selection process of Matty's Mountain, and one that you will find that I will use quite a lot in my selection processes from the day-to-day racing, but especially in Ireland. Look out for these claimers. Definitely worth a second look, especially if they've the horse has been ridden by claimers before, as they are worth a big chunk of distance over these 2 mile trips. That's the first video for today, and hopefully you can join me again next time. Thank you.